I thought we were rubbing two sticks together at first, but no. Right then, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Many Large Spiders Live Here, and as such that is going to make this game significantly more horrific than your average indie horror game. Oh. This would appear to have been my entryway. Right then, good evening ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a little game called Lost in the Bathrooms. Because yes, I decided that the level of substantive humour on this channel was not high enough, and I needed to improve upon it. So naturally, this was the search term that I decided to put into itch.io. Why can I interact with this thing? I see. So I am the poor soul whose job in society it is to go into public bathrooms and flush the toilet after the animals who use them have not done it for themselves. Right then. We shall get to that in a minute. I must finish my work first. I could understand the use of most of the paper, as we have had in this stall, but to also steal the cardboard roll seems a little much. Also question why exactly there is a roll in this little passageway here. What sort of things were people expected to be doing as they go through this passageway that would require the use of this paper? I don't know, and frankly I am scared to find out. But what I'm also quite scared of is what construction material they are using to create these cubicles, because well, just given the subject matter, no pun intended, of the rooms that we're in, I find myself a little nervous. What's this, a screwdriver? Use the mouse wheel to scroll and change items. Oh, goodness. I am employing some dual wielding. Excellent. And some very, very confused cockroaches here who seem to be running off in one direction as if they're saying, goodness, I forgot to buy any milk, I must go to the shop. And then as soon as they start walking to the shop, they realize, oh goodness, I left the gas on, must go back and turn that off. And then they say, oh goodness, I haven't seen my sister in years, so I should go and visit her. They just can't seem to make up their mind where exactly it is they're going. Poor souls. Right then. What do I want a screwdriver for? Do I want it for this? Presumably. Ah, I get a nice little animation. That's nice. That's very... I was going to say that's very fancy pants, but perhaps I shouldn't use that. Alright. Can I... Thank you. I'll just push it out of the way with my big face, if that's alright with you. Alright then. We'll channel our... See now, that's a cockroach who knows where he's going. Is not a sentence I thought I'd say when I got out of bed about 25 minutes ago. We should channel our inner Batman and we shall see what we can find at the other end of this vent. Okay, well, we're not going to channel our inner Batman by just pushing this off with our brute force strength, rather than having a screwdriver. For a billionaire, you'd think he'd be able to afford a screwdriver, but never mind. Okay, right, which part is the dead end and which part is the bit that goes on forever? I have no idea. Alright. I really don't want to get smacked in the face. Okay, now I'm suspicious. I'm suspicious because all of these rolls are full. Which either means there were animals here that didn't use them, or nobody used them at all. One of those situations is very good, one of those situations is very bad. Okay, maybe it's not my job to clean these places up, maybe it's just my job to be an absolute kleptomaniac. Why is this a thing? Why am I able to take these things with me? What the hell do I want them for? And why can't I get any at the supermarket? if I am really so very desperate to be an owner of this particular article. Man alive. These showers really offered you a sense of privacy, didn't they? You get more privacy in a prison shower, for crying out loud. Right then, I'm wondering if this will link back up to the, so that the other way round we could have gone, so that it all comes back to a kind of loop in the end. That was a goose. I refer to geese on a semi-regular basis when I'm referring to silly people. I'd better turn that off, actually. Yes, that is most certainly, indubitably a goose. What the hell just happened? Something a bit fishy just happened then. Oh, good. Another cockroach committee. No, these definitely don't meet up. I was wondering when the more spooky elements of this game were going to begin. I do like a nice slow burn to the beginning of the game. But, it seems to be getting louder, which is a bit concerning. My experience in Fallout has taught me anything about opening bathroom cubicles. It's that we're probably going to get hit in the face with an RPG. Can I still take these? Yes, I can. I can still be confused by them as well. Where the hell is this goose? Must admit, when I got this game, I didn't think I was going to be hunting a goose. Oh, this is very Fallout, actually. Hello. I've seen both of your models before. I've seen that goose model whilst it was wearing a gas mask in a game that probably hasn't come up yet because I can't find a partner for its shotgun. Yes, this is Mr. Goose, or possibly Mrs. Goose, that eats cockroaches, and I feel like I've seen you before. Just missing your top hat, aren't you? Right then, hello, Madam Goose. Hello, Madam Sir. I haven't met people for a long time. Who are you? I am just like you, the person who's stuck here. I misread this as the person who sucks here at first, which, again, is not a thing you particularly want to be associated with in a cubicle. How can you survive here? The food is the insects that live here. Well, that's good. I don't want to ask where you get the water from. Where did you find this goose? I found a goose in a pipe. Must have been a large pipe. I've met one or two geese in my time, and regretted it every time, but they are not small creatures. Unlike me, for example, with my brain, which is immensely small because I completely forgot to set up my wiring today, as I am supposed to, which means you've been able to see a horrible cable this entire time, for which I sincerely apologise for. My degree of professionality is unparalleled. Right then. Goodness. There will never in my entire life be a recording session here which goes unproblematically. Right then, he hunts insects and brings them to me. How very kind of him. Right then, how the hell do I get out of here? I have no idea, and to be honest, I don't even try. Because you love it here so much. I hear strange noises. Yeah, I've been hearing some strange noises as well, mate. Most of them are coming from your friend. Not far from here, and I'm afraid to go far from my shelter. But my goose found some keys. This key fits a door not far from here, but terrible sounds come from the t'other side. I shall give you the key if you complete my task. My fire will go out soon, and oh no. 15 rolls, for goodness sake. Alright, fine. I'm gonna guess there aren't going to be any here. Otherwise he would be an immensely lazy man if he was unwilling to get any that are literally only a couple of feet away. But alright, I wasn't expecting there to be a fetch quest in this game. But alright, how many are we at so far? We're at 4. We require 11 additional rolls, none of which we can find down here. Man alive. I do find myself wondering what kind of a facility needs a bathroom this large. I mean, what is this? Sounds like a military base? Or some kind of enormous underground station, he says, smashing the mouse into the microphone. Because he just wanted to have 1 or 2 more additional problems with this recording. Right then. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. I do find myself wondering why the insects are here. Because you imagine if the only thing that's here to eat is the insects, then what are the insects eating? They surely can't just be here for the wondrous sights. I don't know much about traditional cockroach vacation spots, but I cannot imagine that they are very much like this. Right there, we're up to a dozen. Also up to a bit of a problem because it's rather difficult to navigate this place now with all of these blasted doors open, but never mind, I dread to think what this is. It's probably not what I think it is, because you've got ample opportunities to dispose of that in other nearby locations. So, if I could not get smacked in the face by the door, that would be wonderful. What was that noise? That sounded a little bit like a sort of an execution noise, if I had to guess. Are we nearing that door the man was talking about? I think we're up to 14 now. No, we're up to 16, which means there was literally no reason for me to come this deep into the all of this. Right then. I'm just going to circumnavigate my way out of here as quickly as possible. This is actually technically going to be a little bit easier to get back because I can just follow areas that are full of open doors and ignore areas that are full of shut doors. But I hear the fire of his barrel. I do not, however, hear the goose. Also, unless I'm mistaken, he referred to the goose as a he, right? And unless I'm very much mistaken, a male goose is referred to as a gander. But never mind. Thank you. Here is the key. Thank you. What's with your Playmobil person hands? Idiot. And your rigor mortis infused body, which allows you to only move your shoulder and your neck. I don't know, and frankly, I don't care to find out. Right then. Where's this door I've heard so much about? It's not that way, because I remember going that way earlier. Let me see. Let me try going back to where we heard that funny noise. Let me see. Was that through here? Probably, yes. Lots of open doors here. Yeah. Let me see what we've got around here. Okay, that's where I entered by, so we've sort of come in a bit of a circle. These are all those showers we saw earlier. That's a dead end. I must say, despite the fact that the environment is comprised entirely of 3 things, that being showers, toilets, and standing toilets, you'd and sinks, sorry, 4 items, I forgot. Well, technically 5 if you count the goose. There's sort of a surprising amount of variety in the sense that each room is in its own way unique in terms of like its size and its shape and its the particular items which it's got inside, which I imagine must be quite challenging when you've got to design about 25 different rooms, probably quite a few more than that actually, because I imagine I've missed a good few. When you've got to design that many rooms and you've only got those 4 basic elements to work with, it must be rather difficult to not end up repeating yourself. I would also emphasize that he took all 16 of my rolls. He didn't take the previously agreed upon 15, but maybe that's just something to do with the inflation rate. The price went up in the intermediating period between the establishment and the fulfillment of the contract. But never mind, it would appear we have found the door. No, I do still have my screwdriver, which is good, because I might need it. Hello. What, I can't tell if that's your head or that's your hat. I'm honestly quite concerned. Right then, what do you have to say for yourself? I am a pipe traveller. But you are at a dead end, and I can get you through the pipes if you help me. There are 5 valves on this floor. Turn them around and I shall help you get out. But be careful of the unfriendly fauna. Where are we? Vault 22? Since when were plants so cross at us? Oh, I see. I think these are piled up doors. Presumably this area hasn't been fully constructed yet, in terms of the actual, in terms of the, like, the local municipality, which is, responsible for the looking after of this place. I'm not seeing any plants. Hang on a minute. Fauna is plants, isn't it? No. No, it is. It isn't. It isn't a plant. Fauna is the animals, and flora is the plants, isn't it? Yes. Goodness sake, you dumb dinkus, Philip. Right, never mind that. Okay, so we were looking out for a scary animal, not a scary plant. That makes a little more sense. Oh goodness. Oh goodness. I don't know where he's coming from, and frankly I don't care to find out, except I have now found out, and I rather regret that fact. Okay, I'm hoping this area is going to have like a lot of looping areas to allow you to get away from him, because I feel like that's going to be rather necessary. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. The game is making quite competent use of its audio in order to sort of assist you in figuring out whether you're near things or not, in terms of helping you track down like the man, the goose, the door that makes the funny noises, and the bad guy, which is oh bollocks. That's a shame, because that's the area I haven't explored. Oh goodness sake. I find myself hiding in a cubicle, and this is not the situation I need to find myself entombed within. Yeah, it makes competent use of its audio, which is good, because it allows the game to be a bit darker, which adds a certain level of spooky pookiness. Idiot. Hang on a minute. It would seem that my theory has, yes. It would seem that my theory about what exactly his bonds comprises of is correct. Right, yes. Okay, right, let me have another go at this. Right, sorry about that. Didn't mean to be quite so stupid. What the hell inspired him? Well, if I had to guess, I'd say it would be something like Siren Head, which inspired him, which seems to be the excuse that most games pull for having a bad guy that's just a general guy with something a bit weird for a face. But it's not the excuse I pull for having a weird face, and what? Never mind. Right, give me a moment to sort these last few valves out, and then we'll get the hell out of here. We shall become what we sought to flush away and go down the pipe. Okay, that's sorted that out. Now we've just got to try and get back to where we began, which is going to be easier said than done, because I've completely lost my sense of direction. Not that I ever really had one, but you know. Oh good! I've now ended up in a dead end. Just to continue with my little prattle about the audio the game is using. It's also done quite competently in the sense that the bad guy lets out a kind of a yell, a noise, when he loses you. At least I think he does. which is a tactic employed by quite a lot of games. It's a very useful one, and particularly when you're as stupid as me. Oh, giddy yarn, I've got myself in a dead end again. Yeah, it's useful because it tells you can stop running about. Okay, right, here we are. Oh, he has put his barrel down. He got a bit tired. You did it! You're alive. Yes. I mean, slightly undead, given that I've been resurrected, but other than that, everything's fine. Climb into the barrel and we will go on a journey through the types. Several dozen floors below. Shouldn't I be going up, not down? You'll most likely feel dizzy due to the high pressure in the pipes. But it's not scary, so let's go on a journey. I'm going to get into this mysterious man's barrel, and I'm going to feel slightly dizzy, am I? Alright, I'm sure that has nothing to do with any drugs. I can't move the mouse. Well, I can. It's not as if somebody's leapt onto the keyboard and superglued it to the desk. I just mean that I can't look round. All of these adventures have left me feeling quite tuckered out. Just have a little snooze. It was the goose all along. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you there was a demo. Oh dear. You know, if you described that to me in terms of its construction, like, there's going to be loads of rooms, there are going to be bathrooms, there's going to be a crazy creature in it that has a toilet for a head and he's going to try and kill you, and there's going to be a goose in it, I would have told you that that sounded absolutely rubbish and I wouldn't have even bothered playing it. But upon actually exploring it, I find myself actually quite pleased that I did that. Yes. In its own stupid and ridiculous way, that was surprisingly professionally put together and surprisingly enjoyable. Okay, they've cleaned away the cobwebs. Okay. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry, I do apologise. As you can probably tell by the fact that these two games are next to each other, I downloaded them together because I was looking to construct a shotgun, and these two seem to be vaguely similar to each other. Oh, how innocent I was. I didn't realise how shockingly similar they were going to be. Okay, right. This one seems a little cleaner. The walls and the doors don't seem to be made of quite so much poop, and there still seems to be a horrible lack of privacy. But I can still do that, to do my little bit. Can I? No, I don't think I can take those. Okay then, that's good. Right, as soon as that horrific noise stops, thank you. Okay, right, so I was just looking to find a skull being forced down a receptacle by a plunger. If I learned anything from Fallout 4, it's that that is what you find in a bathroom. Right then, okay, so good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another little game that seems to be almost identical to the last one that we played. This one I think is called Toiletrooms, or possibly Exploding Bowel Syndrome Rooms, judging by what seems to have happened in this one. Oh, you are kidding me, this one also has a goose in it? I swear to you these are two separate games, and I'm convinced they're made by totally different people, but they seem to be inhumanly similar. Apparently this one is based on the Backrooms, that's what I think began as a creepypasta. sort of endless sequence of empty yellow rooms that aren't connected by doorways. And here's a big grey door that I can't go through. These are made by different people, aren't they? Give me a moment while I check that. No. No, they're not made by different people. They're literally made by the same person. Oh, good. It seems I've downloaded 2 separate versions of the same game. Yes. Yes, I have. Except this one doesn't have the insects today, and you're slightly better defined. What do you want? Right. Oh. Does this merit being in a shotgun? I don't know. I've never had 2 games that were so similar that they were basically the same game. Right. Yes, the person who's stuck here. Where are we? I don't know exactly. It's a load of endless corridors. Well, I found a mattress and I sleep on it. There is water from the tap, yes. And the food is the insects that live here, which we can't see this time. Right then, oh yeah, how long have you been here? I don't know. I don't have a clock. I don't know when morning or night will come. I cannot tell you. And you found a goose in a pipe. Indeed, just like before. Right then, what do you want this time? Yes. Goose found the key. Yeah, take it. Oh, right, so this time you're, this time you do not require papery reimbursement. Okay. I am curious to find out exactly how similar this is. But, I mean, I don't know, this game seems... It seems to have like a higher graphical fidelity, but I feel like this one must be an earlier version, given that this one doesn't have the insects, doesn't have the toilet paper quest, it doesn't have the kitty. Was that literally a phrase I just said? Yes, it was. Oh, this is a little different. We didn't have this before. We didn't have this before either. Hello. Oh, that's not a real duck. It is just a squeaky duck.
Listen carefully. You're stuck there and you've made my hell.
Need the help of a therapist as well.
I made your hell too.
Okay.
My mind is blocked and it's hard for me to breathe. You must find the hunger and help me. After that, I will help you.
Sorry, I'm just taking a moment. I'm just thinking about all of my sort of childhood ambitions, you know. All of the wonderful things that I dreamed that one day I would be, and all of the wonderful places I would go, and the things I would achieve in my life. And I am just thinking about how all of those are come tumbling and crashing down, and I'm left with this. Cleaning a fictional toilet in a video game. Right then. Okay, seems the fetch quest is over. Well, it's good to see that the game is at least marginally different. But we must... Okay, very marginally different, I would emphasize. Very marginally different. Oh dear. Goodness, that's loud. Yes, indeed. Right. Oh dear, I do apologise. This isn't quite what I anticipated. I'm not entirely sure what I did anticipate, but it wasn't this. I should pay more attention to the names of the people that make these games from now on. Sorry, it never struck me that somebody would have 2 versions of the same game. Okay, so there's him. Problem is it's a lot harder to get away from him this time. Because I'm not as convinced there are as many sort of looping areas. He says, immediately finding a massive looping area. Excellent. Have we escaped from him yet? No, we haven't. And it doesn't seem like I'm travelling faster than he is, which means I think I just saw the plunger there for a split second. I could be mistaken. No, I didn't. I just thought I did, and in reality I didn't at all. Yep. Yeah, I think we played the better version first. Right. Yeah, it's kind of vitally important that the player character runs faster than the bad guy does. Otherwise you end up in a pickle like this. Let's see if Mr. Duck can defend me. Probably not, no. Didn't even get granted my final wish of having to hear the squeak. Right then, I find myself wondering whether the checkpoint came after I had the conversation. I sincerely hope that it did. It would seem to have, yes. Right, I feel better about life now. Right, okay. Yeah, it's kind of vitally important that you can run faster than the bad guy can, otherwise you get into a chase sequence and then suddenly the chase is eternal. Just like my chasing for a good joke, which I never seem to find. Right then, I shall, maybe I need to be sneaky. Maybe I don't need to turn the lights off because that makes the game impossibly dark. Perhaps I need to be sneaky. And crouch. Instead of thundering around like some sort of large-footed freak. I am going to guess, however, this has been put together such that the plunger is found at the far end of this corridor, because that would sort of drive you away from it in the initial bit of the chase. So I'm going to guess that it's here. I'm going to be wrong. I swear this hobby is going to turn me deaf. Right. I'm not any sneakier with the light off, am I? No, evidently not. Right, give me a moment. Give me potentially several moments, and then we will, bloody hell, I don't know what we'll do. Right then, well, this is an interesting development. You found a room with many pipes in it. Hopefully the plunger's here. Because if it's not, then I'm a little bit screwed. Does sound as if, oh goodness. Hopefully I've got it, I don't know. I am too fat to fit through this gap. Oh, darn it. It does sound as if he's left me alone, but... Oh. Yeah, it does sound as if I've lost him, which is excellent. Or at least it did sound that way. Oh, goodness, it's like the Crypt Terror all over again, and I can't sprint here. I must wiggle my bottom very quickly. Can't see that. Right then. He's getting closer. He's getting significantly closer, and I get the funny feeling that this is a scripted death that we are about to enjoy. No, I just got so exhausted from running away that I collapsed, and after he'd had his way with me, he left me alone. Good. Right then, moving on. I feel like this plunger is a bit small for, Oh, how did I not notice that was there? Well, because I have this horrible habit of never looking at the ceiling in games. I feel like this plunger is a bit small, but we'll just have to see what it does. It's not about the size, it's about what you do with it, so let's see what we can do with it. Yes. Actually, I think it's supposed to go down, not up, but what would I know? for good luck.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
You saved my life.
You don't sound any better.
Just like I promised, I'll help you get out of here.
By sending me to the next realm?
My friend will escort you to the exit. Don't be afraid, he won't hurt you.
So a tentacle monster and a brass band loved each other very much, and then one day that thing was born. Oh good, and now I get to go for a little swim. Right then. This, at least this water is blue and not brown. Perhaps I should be grateful. I have no idea what to say at this point. I mean, these games are significantly different, so it can't just be that the one that we played before was a, like, just like an updated version. They wanted to, like, improve it. No, I can't go up there. It seems strange. It's almost like they've made two different games, but they kept the first half of it the same. It's like, yeah, you know what? This premise with this goose is unparalleledly excellent, and we must retain it. But the ending, yeah, we'll make the ending a little bit more varied. How very strange. I must say, I do prefer this to the area we had before, for no other reason than the fact that this one isn't inspired by the Backrooms, which I find to be a very, very boring creepy monster.
Hello, you nine children. I did care.
Not at all.
Some people have been living here for several years. But you found me the first day. You have not rest. But your revenge I will not ascertain. You are the first to leave here. My congratulations. Don't worry, I'll send you home now. And then you feel like it was just a bad dream.
Are you going to send me home by drowning me, or do I need to wash myself under your loving deluge? No, I think you are going to drown me because the water level is slowly rising. I turn that off because I can, so it doesn't get damaged in the water. Yeah, I find the background to be very dull creepypasta. I mean, a lot of creepypastas, when you boil them down, turn to be very dull, particularly when they're as horribly overdone as the backrooms are. But I just don't get what about it is supposed to be scary. It's like, oh, you're in like this yellow room, and then you're in another yellow room, and then there's another one, and another one. It's like, how is that scary? It's just like repetitious and dull. Hello, Mr. Duck. Right. Well, this will certainly make for a most interesting shotgun. Yes. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Ow, what the hell just went in my eye? Oh, I say, that hurt. That was like a brick falling in there. Dear, oh dear, oh dear. There aren't any loose bricks up there, are there? Not that I can see. Right then. Oh dear. I'm sorry. I don't know what I've just subjected you to for the past, I don't know, half an hour, 40 minutes of your life. But it's interesting. Indeed. I'm still curious about these two games and why they're so very similar. Because the one that we played first was a demo, so that must be a demo for a larger game. Can I see... This one presumably did come first. Let me just quickly check to make sure this one did come first. Yeah, so this one came out in February of 22, and the previous one came out in May of 22. So there's actually a very short period of time between these two, which is curious. So perhaps they'd made this game, and then they decided that they wanted to kind of expand upon it and make a larger game, but they wanted to take some of the bits that they liked from this game and use those as like a jumping off point for the next one, but change up some bits of it and sort of expand upon it a bit. I don't know. There's probably an interesting story behind that, but one doesn't know what it is. One only knows that that this has been a most weird experience. But never mind. We have complained about a creepypasta. We have met a nice duck. We have met a nice goose, and we have been eaten by a toilet beast. We've also performed grand larceny of the papery variety, and had our ears almost deafened during that chase sequence. Wonderful. I also find myself questioning why both the toilet and the shower monster seem to be speaking with the voice of Stephen Hawking, may he rest in peace. But these are all a great many questions, and as the shower monster said, we will never find the answers to any of them. So, I'm going to go off and have a long, hard think about my life and what exactly it is I'm doing with it. In the meantime, I should say thank you very much for being here with me this evening, ladies and gentlemen, to guide me through this horrific experience that we've just been through. Man alive, look after each other, and good night.